These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Faye Fredericks with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. New information now on a deadly shooting near Scottsdale Road in Cactus last night. Police say officers were performing a traffic stop on a car that was reported stolen out of Phoenix. That's when police say the driver got out of the car and fired at police. Police say they returned fire, killing the man. The department not yet releasing the driver's name. New Friday, a Peoria Unified School District employee fired and now facing child abuse charges after being accused of hitting a nonverbal child who has autism on a school bus. Court documents reveal the incident was captured on the school bus's recording system and was handed over to DPS. 70-year-old Mary Ellen Paget, a transport aide, was feeding the child Cheerios when the student became agitated. At some point, Paget put a blanket over the student's head. That's when the child starts hitting himself and then spits toward Paget. Video shows her pushing the student twice on his head. Court documents also show Paget later hit the child 4 times with an open palm. And tonight at 5, our Christine Stanwood dives deeper into how the incident was reported, the district's response, and your options to report a school employee if you believe they're acting inappropriately. A deadly night on Valley roads, 2 separate crashes, both involving pedestrians. On your left, a crash near 35th Avenue and Baseline involving a man who was hit and killed. And on your right, another deadly crash, this one near 51st Avenue in McDowell. Police confirming a woman was hit and killed there. They tell us the driver did stay on the scene. Our Garrett Archer going inside the numbers on pedestrian deaths when it comes to car crashes. See his coverage later tonight. The trial of an Arizona rancher accused of killing a migrant east of Nogales beginning today. The trial being watched closely both here in Arizona and across the nation. 75-year-old George Kelly is facing second-degree murder charges in the fatal shooting of a 48-year-old migrant from Nogales, Mexico. Kelly maintaining his innocence throughout the case, saying the man was trespassing and he feared for his life. We have a team following the trial. An update now from Washington. The House voting to approve a $1.2 trillion government funding bill. It now sets off a sprint in the Senate to take it up and pass the legislation. Deadline to avoid a shutdown fast approaching the end of the day. One thing keeping the bill stalled for so long, negotiations over border funding. House lawmakers say the bill passed as a strong border security bill, passed in a bipartisan way.
It adds the largest number of Border Patrol agents at 22,000 agents. It adds CBP officers at the bridges so they can stop fentanyl. It adds support staff so they can support the agents. It adds money to Air Marines so they can do the work and counter drones.
If the Senate does not pass the legislation before the deadline, there'd be a temporary lapse in funding. That triggers a partial government shutdown heading into the weekend. America Votes, Biden campaign launching a new ad targeting the growing Asian American and Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander community. Ad will run digitally on YouTube and connected TVs in battleground states across the nation, including here in Arizona. Tells the story of local business owners Jenny Poon and Odine Domingo, who run a co-working space called Cahoots in Phoenix.
Now that we're growing, they're realizing that it is important to speak about, having an inclusive democracy, inclusive government, and to really do the research on our histories and our issues.
Here in Arizona, this is a community that's grown roughly 50% since 2012 and includes some 230,000 eligible voters. That's a 4% of the state's electorate, according to data from an advocacy group. President Joe Biden won Arizona in 2020 by a razor-thin margin over Donald Trump. Experts say these small pockets of voters could make all the difference in 2024.
Tracking your forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens, and we've got another storm coming in this weekend. Saturday looks nice but cloudy, and then the storm moves in on Sunday. A big drop in temperatures, lots of wind across our state, and chances for rain and snow as this storm moves through. For the valley, up to a 1/4 inch of rain in parts of the Phoenix metro. For the high country, a snow level down to 5,000 feet and 1 to 4 inches of snow along portions of the Mogollon Rim. And those winds cranking up, valley gusts near 35 miles per hour. 34 and 45-mile-per-hour gusts in some spots up north where wind advisories have been posted throughout the day on Saturday. We have some of these across northwestern Arizona lingering into early Sunday morning as well. Here's a look at the big cool down too. Phoenix going from 83 on Saturday down to 69 degrees on Sunday. We'll rebound into the low 70s early next week, and as we dry out, the 80s will be back toward the end of next week.